Good morning, everyone. So, Sanika, what is there on 14th February?
Valentine's Day.
So, do you know what is there on October 16th?
No.
Does everyone know what is there on October 16th? Basically, October 16 is celebrated as International World Food Day, and we do not remember it, but we remember 14th February, which is very important to us. But World Food Day is very important for our life. Basically, International World Food Day is celebrated to generate awareness among people to stop wastage of food and talking about our company NutriCycle, we are going to take an initiative in order to stop the wastage of food, and NutriCycle takes all the sustainable initiatives in order to provide all the sustainable development activities regarding food wastage. So talking about the group members, these are the members in our group who are going to provide you all the sustainable ideas. And talking about some facts, next slide. So, I am going to take you through some facts of food wastage. That is, around 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted globally every year, and which cost to amount $940 billion, And suppose whenever you are eating a food and you throw it in the garbage, and that food goes to dump yard, then after that food is going to rot on land. So the food which is rotting on land produces methane, which is 28 times stronger than carbon dioxide, which depletes the environment, or which is very harmful for environment. And also suppose if food waste is a particular country in our world, so that food waste country is the third largest country which is providing greenhouse emitter gases after USA and China. And talking about India, in India, basically every household wastes food which is 50 kg per person annually, and you have to multiply that number with our population of India. That is the amount of food we are wasting every year. Also, it can be measured in terms of tons, that is 68.67 million tons of food is wasted every year in India. Now, this is the graph which shows that amount consumed is only 60%, and 40% of food is wasted in various sectors, like household is 11%, retail or food service is 7%, en route to retail market, like while transporting the food, it is also wasted before cooking it, that is 14%, and in the farm itself 8% of food is wasted. So talking about food industry, now our company works in the field of food processing industry. I'll talk about food processing industry. Food processing industry is basically a type of industry wherein the raw materials are collected from various sources like agriculture, dairy, poultry farms, etc. to produce a food which is suitable for animal and human consumption. And significance of food processing industry is that it reduces wastage, it reduces malnutrition, that is by providing food to undernourished people, and also it provides employment opportunities to people. Now the next slide will be explained by Harshvardhan.
So I will be talking about the food waste management throughout the world. So revenue, 32% of the revenue is been coming from the North America region. And why we taken company NutriCycle to develop food wastage into the fertilizer and cattle feed, just because the Southeast Asian countries such as India and Australia are developing countries, means the fastest growing market for the food waste. So that's why we choose. And the other one is effect of food waste. So the wastage of 1/3 of the world's fertile area, means the 1/3 of the world's area is been wasted as a food, means the crops which is grown throughout the 100% region, 1/3 of the food is being wasted by all the people. And talking about the next one, that is due to that the GDP of the economy is also getting declined, because India is the largest waste producer of the world after the North America. So it also affects the India's GDP, and due to that carbon footprint also increasing in our nation. And the main effect of that food waste is affecting the childs and malnutrition, which are many people in the country is not having an access to the hygiene food, and it also affects the biodiversity losses, which is affecting the environment as well. So here is a video. We go through that.
So talking about the mission of our company, we are here to recycle the food waste into high quality organic fertilizer and feed for the cattle, as every ton of the food is wasted. So we are here to convert it into a nutrient-rich fertilizer which can help the crops and also reduce the food waste management all over the country. So our vision is transforming the food waste into a valuable resource for a sustainable and efficient future.
So waste minimization. Waste minimization is an important concept in food waste management because it aims to reduce the amount of food waste generated at the source, which in turn reduces the environmental impact of the food waste and the cost of managing it. Here are some strategies for waste minimization in food waste management. So first one is source separation. The first step is to minimize food waste is to separate it from its source. This means separating food waste from other types of waste such as plastic and others, paper, before they are collected. Second one is food recovery. This involves diverting surplus food from going to waste. Instead of that, we can just take that food. Third one is composting. Composting is an effective way to reduce the food waste. Food waste can be composed to produce nutrient-rich soil that can be used to grow crops, and also there is one way which is recycling. Recycling can also help minimize food waste by turning waste into new products. For example, food waste can be turned into products like biofuels, animal feed, or new food products such as soaps, etc.
So talking about the recycling process, first is collecting, then sorting, grinding, digestion, separation, compositing, disposal. So talking about the collection, food waste is collected from households, restaurants and other sources and transported to recycling process. And then sorting, the food waste is sorted to remove the any non-food materials such as plastic, metals or glasses. And then grinding, the food waste is ground into smaller pieces to make it easy to handle. Then digestion, the ground food waste is then placed in an anaerobic digester which is sealed container, and that breaks down in the food waste using microorganism in the absence of oxygen. This process produces biogas which can be used in a renewable source of energy. Then separation, the remaining solids are separated from the liquid by the process of digestion process. Then compositing, the solid material is sent to the compositing facility where it is mixed with the other organic material and allowed to decompose. The resulting compost can be used in a solid amendment in agriculture and landscaping. Then disposal, any residual material that cannot be recycled or composed are decomposed of in landfill or incinerated. So overall, the recycling process for food waste management helps to reduce the amount of organic waste that ends up in landfills, where it can contribute in greenhouse gas emission, and other environment problems.
So I'm going to talk about the triple bottom line approach that our company is going to follow. Before going on further, I'll just like to tell you that what exactly is triple bottom line approach. So triple bottom line is an approach wherein company not only focuses on profit, but it also focuses on environmental impact like social and it also focuses on various social and environmental impacts that and various strategy in order to reduce waste management. Our company is following various tools and strategies so that the organizational goals are also achieved and various measures are improved, and it also improves efficiency. And the triple bottom line in waste management is that it will help our organization, or it will help the business to curb the climate crisis and provide a better sustainable ideas to the environment and socially. And triple bottom line approach is basically broken down into three parts, that is people, planet and profit. People is also related to social impact, which is also very harmful to the environment, wherein people do not know how to minimize the waste, and they do not know how to properly dispose of their waste. So it creates awareness among people to reduce the wastage, and also provide them strategy to dump it in a proper way and dispose it off, or you can and reuse it in a proper way. And it also which will protect our soil and water from pollution. And it also provides various job opportunities to people such as waste picker and waste operators, and which is a very unregulated job. Talking about planet or environment, here our organization uses 3 R's, that is reduce, reuse and recycle, which is very crucial for the environment and which is very crucial for reducing wastage. And talking about profit, our company follows the model circular economy model, and the main aim of the business is to generate profit. By following the circular economy model, we are just reducing the food wastage, and we are utilizing it in a proper way and providing fodder to various animals and humans, and we can use it efficiently. And we also get subsidies from the government for following the circular economy model, which in turn will generate profit for us. Next slide will be explained by Ayush.
Green economy. Green economy in food waste management. So green economy is an approach to economic development that focuses on sustainability and aims to reduce negative environment. The food waste management is a significant global issue that has negative environmental, economic and social impact. Green economy can provide solution to reduce food waste and its negative impact by promoting sustainable practices. Here are some ways in which one or an company can contribute for more sustainability. First, investing in renewable energy. Second, adopting sustainable practices. Third, promoting sustainable supply chains. Fourth, supporting sustainable innovations. Fifth, engaging in international climate agreements.
So our model follows the sustainable consumption. Sustainable consumption refers to the ways in which we focus on the needs of the present generation while preserving the resources for the future generations. So in our model of food waste management, we aim to minimize the food waste and also the harmful or negative impact it has on the environment. So we identified some of the challenges. So these are the challenges that every one of us are facing, which contribute to food waste management, starting with over purchasing. It is a typical consumer behavior where we purchase in excess of our needs. So it is the significant and the most important challenge. Then lack of communication and cooperation between the farmers. Farmers nowadays do not collaborate and do not have information regarding the fodder or the cattle. So they leading to conflicts between them. Next is excess production in restaurants. Due to insufficient demand in restaurants or a buffet style dinners, like we observe in weddings, where food is in bins rather than in the stomach of people. Then in-chain harvesting to retailers. This means that the production starting from the inputs, literally the farmers and their farms, to the final output till it reaches the point point of sale. Then natural calamities, or obviously cyclones, earthquakes are natural calamities that damage the crops. So the solutions we identified are reduce food waste at the source. Like if we reduce food waste right from the production, like managing overproduction, we can reduce waste. Second is use sustainable agriculture, like sustainable irrigation or less use of pesticides. Then implement sustainable packaging. Mostly we use products which are non-combustible or biodegradable. So we can use a sustainable packaging, more of a paper type, like the paper bags we get nowadays. Then donate to food banks and farms. So in case of excess food, after the events, we can donate it to food banks and NGOs who can donate it to people who cannot afford to buy food or a one-time meal. And last is use of renewable energy, like the solar energy or the wind energy, so we can reduce the food waste. Over to Harsh.
So I will be going to discuss about the next point, that is life cycle assessment. So what is life cycle assessment? It is a methodology to evaluate the environmental effect of a product or a process over the entire life, right from the extraction of the raw material till it is been disposed. So when it comes to the food waste, fertilizer and the cattle feed which our company is going to do, the LSA will never, the life cycle assessment would need to take into the following accounts as per the stages. There is raw material extraction, manufacturing, packaging and transportation, use phase and the end of the life. So do you think that the only waste is that you throw the food in the after eating and all that? It is not that it's not about the food waste that you throw after getting left over by the you. It was way back started when the farmers started growing their crops. Do you think that every seed which farmers grow, which takes into a plant, almost 50 to 60% of the seeds is being wasted at the initial stage only. So at the time of agriculture, producing and harvesting, farming and husbandry, where the recycled almost 50 to 60% is being wasted. Then it comes to the post-harvesting handling, means storing, slaughtering and drying and milling the crops which is being produced. At this stage also the seeds are being destroyed and some insects gets into the plants and all that. And third stage comes to the manufacturing, means processing and packaging of the seeds. While processing and packaging, all seeds are not up to the mark of the quality as per the requirement. So at that stage also many of the production has been wasted. And at the fourth stage, distribution. While distributing the product from one place to another, there is a lot of wastage is being happen in between, like while uploading and loading the products. And talking about the retailing, that is wholesale and supermarket and that, we all have seen that many of the vegetables has been rotten while at the stores if they won't be buy it in a particular time period. And when it comes to the consumption, which all knows that from where the food is being got wasted, but it come from the agriculture till the consumption. Consumption is just a small part of the food waste. So food waste management can improve the life cycle assessment application in the different aspects. So first focus is to more application on the life cycle assessment on the food waste should be made on the early stage when the farmers started growing the crops and all that. Not that just at the kitchen waste, which is all others are focusing. Besides global warming potential, the other environmental influences should also be studied more on the same time. It's all focusing on that the waste is being, Devasis has told that the methane is being generated and which is affecting the environment and all that. But there is many more environmental influences as well. That is, many of the people in India are not getting a proper diet as well, and almost many of the people have to sleep an empty stomach at the night, and all that. And the food waste treatment can be studied broadly considering the mixture of the other substrates and using the different methods as well. Because of the local contexts are subsequently different, life cycle assessment based on the local context with the local data inventory and store are strongly needed. And the last one is the further more detailed studies to support and evaluate the food waste management, such as the food waste profile, can be developed. The people should be aware about how much food waste has been impacting our environment and trying to educate them so that they can take an initiative on that.
I'm going to explain circular economy. The circular economy is an economic system that aims to minimize the waste and maximize the use of resources. In the context of food waste management, the circular economy approaches focuses on reducing food waste at the source, using food waste as a resource, and creating a closed loop system where waste is minimized and resources are continuously used and reused. It means that when we are using the waste as a food waste, we can use it in various sources, and through that we can create economy as well. So here are the few points which I'm going to explain. First is prevention, second is recovery and reuse, and third is generating energy recycling, and fourth is redistribution. Firstly, prevention. We can prevent the food waste management by managing how much amount we need to use, and secondly, how is the operation of wasting food, by decreasing the overproduction of the food, and also by educating customers about the food waste. And second, recovery and reuse. Food waste can be recovered and reused in several ways. Firstly, it can be created as compost, which can be used as fertilizer, and second, it can be used as biogas, biofuels, which can be used as the generated energy. Third, I'm going to explain recycling. As Shalini has explained, that we can recycle it into many various things. Like as the recycling food waste can help to reduce the amount of waste which ends up to landfills, we can create new economic opportunities by creating many things as in business opportunities here. Like we can use it for the animal pesticides and many other things. So we can create economical jobs as well. Fourth is redistribution. Surplus food that is still edible can be distributed to those who is in need. The people who don't have access to the food, we can provide them the excess food, and it can be saved. And by implementing this circular economy principle in food waste management, we can have several benefits, including reducing greenhouse and emissions. Second, conserving resources, creating new economic opportunities, and addressing issues of food insecurity.
So, what contribute I make to our organization is, as I being coming from the finance background and taking a specialization, so I can help in the financing our organization. So, talking about the first point, that is the personal investment and the personal saving. From where do we? So, our group will invest our money for their business, and either on the first and foremost focus our will be on the assistance from the government, because it's a recycle and environmental friendly product. So government will assist and provide us a fund and all that. And the business angels, we will pitch for the investment. And the last one is commercial banks and loans. So we go to the banks for the loans and all that.
So next point is creating shared value. Creating shared value is a business strategy that aims to create social values and economic values by addressing social and environmental issues. It can be achieved by implementing sustainable practices that not only benefit for the business but also society and environment. So here are some potential strategies that organization follows. First one is reducing food waste through donation and upcycling. Food waste is a major economic and social issue. Organizations donate excess food to food banks and other organizations that help feed hungry. They also upcycle food waste into new products such as animal feed, fertilizers, and biofuels. By doing so, they create new revenue streams, reduce waste, and contribute to social and environmental sustainability. transparent and ethical supply chain practices. Establish a transparent and ethical supply chain practices to ensure that all stakeholders, including farmers, distributors, and customers, are treated fairly and sustainably. This creates social value by promoting ethical business practices and creating a sense of trust and accountability among all stakeholders. Third is investing in community development. Organization can do this by partnering with local organizations, supporting small-scale farmers, and promoting sustainable agriculture practices, including supporting farmers to adopt practices that reduce food waste and promote soil health. Fourth one is improving cattle feed sustainability. Cattle farming is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emission and deforestation. By improving sustainability of cattle feed, business can create share by reducing environmental impact and improving health of animals. Last one is composting and food waste reduction education. They offer educational programs to teach people about benefits of composting and the importance of reducing food waste. This creates social value by increasing awareness about sustainable waste management practices and encouraging more people to participate in creating healthier environment.
So to conclude our presentation. So while discussing, we come to know that there is a problem of the food waste. So we decided to take this topic and we go through all the points which has been discussed by all our team members, which how we gonna impact our product, that is our company NutriCycle, and how we gonna help and we market and all that. So at last, don't waste the food. It's like wasting one of the most precious things given by the Lord.